many of you guys remember this truck from SEMA 2025? It's hard to forget, but you may not recognize it because it's actually on a different set of Mickey Thompson tires and wheels currently. You saw it on the big, fat, wide Baja Belted 2s. Well, that's another great option that Mickey Thompson has. Completely fits the look of this truck in case you did not want that big steamroller wide look. But maybe you also recognize this next truck. How about this one? With the Baja Belted 2 radial tires on the 17x16, yes, 17x16 forged wheels. Mickey Thompson right across the windshield there, and this truck had more looks under the hood. Even has Mickey Thompson valve covers. Crazy. But yes, both these trucks were at SEMA 2025. Now let's look over here. Square body with original Bajas. We love the trio there so much. There's a photo of both of them with the Baja Belted 2s. A lot of companies, guys, can throw you a lot of smoke and mirrors. Mickey Thompson has always come through. We have been supporting Mickey Thompson for at least 30 plus years of my tire buying experience. They've been in business selling tires for over 60 years. A lot of places can say that and say, oh, you know, we bought a lot of tires. We got the receipts to prove it. We also have 30 and 40-year-old tires on the shelf over there. It's just incredible what a company that actually listens and thinks about the consumer and takes the time to ask sizes, make fitments, and bring back old school stuff. Let's show you one more thing. Whether on the truck or off the truck, look at that freaking tread pattern. Look at the size of that tire standing next to me. It is amazing. And you'll notice these are a little bit dirty. You know why? Because we've been using them, abusing them, and doing our best to see what they're going to do. Several thousand miles on these tires so far, and they are perfect. Now, yes, they're going to be available to you guys soon in a lot of different sizes, and you're going to see them very soon on another show truck. We've been moving them from truck to truck to truck, different styles, different suspensions, different heights, and now the next thing they're going to go on is going to be a huge surprise for you guys. But please, take the time to go to Mickey Thompson's website. Check out the sizes, check out the fitments. There's so many things. A lot of you guys are waiting on this right here, but there's so many cool tires they have, like Brown Bear behind you, rocking the Mickey Thompson Baja Legend MTZs on a set of Canyon wheels. Not the big steamrollers you're used to seeing from us, but that truck's driven, and it's driven all the time. The fitment's good, the clearance is good. For those guys that don't like them sticking way outside the fenders, there's plenty of other options. So reach out, hit Mickey Thompson's website out, get the part numbers you're looking for and the styles and the sizes, and let us know what we can do to help you guys. Thanks for watching. Support the ones that support you, and Mickey Thompson is one of those companies. So we're out here doing some major rearrangement today, getting the lot looking good. How does that look over there on display? Set up, bid up, window sticker, low mileage sticker. That's the way things should look. Finally getting things the way it should be. And we got a special guest. AJ said he needed some help, so we hired him some help. We'll see. We'll see how the day goes. But we are getting things rearranged. It's kind of refreshing. We've got a little bit of a break of a day that we can move these things around. Obviously, some of them don't start because the batteries are dead and I start it every day and lights get left on. Hey, the mail's coming at a decent hour. We get mail at 8 in the morning and sometimes we get mail at 9 at night. And you guys probably saw my little rant the other day. My man in Florida still has not got his USPS nor his FedEx. So we had to redo it one more time. And we do also appreciate all y'all that threw out and called with lots of options, such as pirate ship and other things that we do use. Just some things have to go one way and some things have to go another. It's a big mixture of how it all happens. But the transport truck back, we got the crew cab international out, Freightliner out for a test drive for a customer. David has been busy. He's going to work his way through this, and then we're going to work our way through the back line of all of our bucket trucks. You guys looking at the bucket trucks. Lots of requests recently. Mike's got this one up front here prepped and ready to go out. Anybody looking for a deal on the bucket trucks or multiple bucket trucks, happy to take care of it for you. And delivery, we've got worked out pretty good too. They're a little bit tricky to deliver because of the height. We've got something in place to make that happen. So just had a real interesting meeting. We'll take a little walk through the lot. I'm sure the little one here will enjoy the stroll. Look at him, just mesmerized. It's like, that guy's a movie star. Look at him. I watch him at night on TV. Now I'm watching him in person. Hey, he's just mesmerized, man. So, yeah, he sure is. He ain't letting the eyes go, man. Show him. Look at that is awesome. So, we just had a meeting, and I had to sign NDA, non-disclosure agreement. But we just had a meeting that is going to revamp a lot of what we do in the commercial world. And I am extremely excited about it. I can't hate that I can't go into any more details, but it is freaking exciting. Also, the wrecker, square body. Walk over around that thing for its last time. Mike got the deal put together on that, and it is actually, where is that headed? Louisiana?
No, Arizona.
Arizona. So the wrecker's headed to Arizona. So that is pretty cool. Matter of fact, we got to get a truck picked up in Norfolk too. Just reminded about that. So this meeting was really good. I did have to sign an NDA. That's pretty common these days, non-disclosure agreement, that I'm not going to talk about the things. They're not going to talk about our things. We shared some trade secrets. They shared some trade secrets. So it is going to be an amazing thing for my commercial customers. I'll just leave it at that. It is a product, I guess I could say that. And I'm proud to be on the infancy of it, and I'm proud that they reached out to us. They found us through online. Well, I can tell you one part of it. This one high up was very high up at one of the biggest companies that we sold vehicles through COVID with. And he said my name was on the board table every week in somebody's mouth because of the reach that we had. And we pissed in a lot of people's Wheaties because we did good, honest, clean business, and we did not have a territory that we had to abide by. So that's why we upset them. Some people are like, how'd you upset them? Well, we upset them by outdoing them in quality of business, outdoing them in our promises, and actually doing clean business without all the craziness. Now, the UCC and the Trade Commission is taking all that away from all these people that were doing so shady for so long. I know I've touched on it a little bit, but heck, we might as well talk about it today. Let's just say you were looking at let's talk it on a smaller level. Talk about a BMW. That BMW there when it was new was about $100,000, AJ? Yeah, so 115. So let's just say it was 115. Across the board, most dealers, 115. That was the standard price. If you're Googling and you're searching and you're looking at a brand new product, item for item, everything's the same, and you saw it advertised for $99,995, who were you going to call? You're going to call that place. Well, what they didn't tell you was they had a $5,000 fee if you don't trade in a BMW. They had a $3,500 lot prep fee. They had a mandatory delivery fee. They had a mandatory processing fee. And at the end of all that, you were at about 118. Whereas the guy at 115 was probably 115. So they suckered you in. And if you never asked and you just said, oh, I'm happy with that. What's the payment on that? $1,000, $1,500? I'm happy with that payment. You signed on the dotted line. You never knew the crookedness of what they did. Now, a lot of you guys on here are a lot smarter than that. So you dwelled it down and you figured it out and you didn't go there. But imagine how many people did and never asked. So that's one thing that those guys were doing sneakily that we never did. We also advertised all of our prices. If I had a 2025 or a 2026, just like today, you can see my price. Look at their ads. They didn't have pricing. They didn't have pricing because they wanted to do all the gouging. You know what the only fee we have is? $298. Pretty simple. $298. I don't care if you buy something for $500 or $500,000, you pay me $298. and that's it, unless we do your DMV work. Then you have to pay DMV, of course. So that's what's happening with the Federal Trade Commission. That's what's happening with all that. Since AJ has an extra helper today, I'm going to run down to the shop. I'm going to show y'all. I showed a little bit of it yesterday, but I'm going to show you a little behind the scenes of a square body and a heater box. I think some of you guys will enjoy learning about that and seeing how it works. It's not the easiest job. We had a heater core go out on the gray hauler just prior to Brian taking it for this event. So I'm going to go down to the shop. TJ's got it all tore apart. I'm going to show you guys a little behind the scenes of what that looks like. What else we got on the agenda today? I know I got yeah. So our Carolina customer there has put something different into his fleet. I'll go ahead and spill the beans a little bit. This one is going to where a lot of our red square bodies go. And I don't like to talk about their privacy too much because they're great people. But as you can see, the windows are dark, 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 and it has a fresh AC system installed. I haven't even had a chance, I'll try before this video, to even show him yet, because we're a little ahead of schedule. This should not have been done for probably 2 more weeks. But he will eventually put a new power plant under the hood. But for now, stock, nice running motor with a brand new AC compressor, lines and fittings, all charged up, all operating. And the really neat part is the inside of the truck still looks all original. Daggone it, we never remember the darn keys, but that's a good thing. And I thought he moved it earlier. So when you look in there and look at the dash, everything still looks nice and streamlined. Show them the little controller panel there. And when Junior does these installs, not only do all the books and all the manuals and all the paperwork and everything go with it, but he also puts any type of belt number, part numbers, where the relays are and where the fuses are. You want to talk about something that will save you a day of hassle? Try finding where the relays are. Try finding where the fuse is. You won't. You track it all day long, you'll never find it. There's no certain diagram of how that goes. Junior takes time to do that. We also save all the other components. Not that it'll really matter on this particular truck. It'll never go back that way. But we do try to save everything because every now and then we'll need a little cable, a little rod for maybe a truck that doesn't have a vintage air conditioning system. But I'm really thinking he's going to enjoy this truck. We're still waiting on some back-ordered wheels. Fitment of wheels for 2-wheel drive trucks and making them fit right is not the easiest thing in the world when you're doing steel and the particular ones we came up with. We could order an alloy wheel and have it here tomorrow, but it's not going to be the original looking wheel like what we planned for this truck. So we are waiting on those to arrive. So let's go get a different tire and wheel. But this truck's got a nice straight body, really clean look, and I think he's going to drive this truck quite a bit. I'd hope that he would because it's easier to get in and out of than his other vehicles, and it has AC, which kicks butt. Not as great today because it's a little chilly out, but I'm going to run up to the shop, show you guys what's going on up there, and then that's about it for today. We got another little bit more that we could talk about from yesterday. Me, Brian, and Daniel held some pretty good restraint yesterday on a situation, and I can't really say much more about it. But I was telling y'all yesterday, and AJ was agreeing, I had some patience in my life, and I learned some patience. Well, I also learned some restraint because I'm not usually a restraint kind of guy. But this situation, I'll just say tested my limits to the point of they shouldn't have been tested too. Can we say anything? We can't really. Yeah, that's about all we can say today. But we will be able to say some more. Oh, let's stroll over here. Got one more thing before we go up to the shop. I know he doesn't care. He's happy. So you guys will recognize the blue crew cab square body here. I don't know how much we publicized this truck before we posted it last time, but we'll do a better job this time of walking around it because it is a really cool truck. Now, we did sell this truck about a month or a month and a half ago, and customer wanted something of this price point but also skimped when he bought it, I guess you'd say. And I think this man owns like 12 businesses according to his paperwork. He follows us on the channel here, and he likes what we do. And he thought he'd be able to pacify himself with this truck. And he realized it was just an average truck. And when he texted back the other day to mom and saying, hey, would y'all be able to sell the truck, buy the truck? He said, I want something nicer. He said, y'all did everything. Y'all went above and beyond with your description. He said, I just didn't buy the right truck. So yes, guys, when you make a mistake, we can also help you out of that mistake. And this truck is mediocre compared to our crew cabs, because most of our crew cabs, you guys know, get frame off and they get a heck of a restoration job done to them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But this was an ex-military truck. So it doesn't have a bunch of the creature comforts. It's not an air-conditioned truck. It is a 6.2 diesel, but this is a $39,995 crew cab with a really nicely redone interior truck. And I think he did say one of the doors, the cable or something came off, so we do need to check that out. But small tire and wheel, small lift kit, looks like 2 inches. 6.2 runs great. We did new exhaust on it for him before it left. We did a really thorough video under it before it left that I think you guys did see. It is a long bed. It has these weird pedestals in the back. Was that for a machine gun?
Probably.
I don't think so. I think it was Navy that had the crew cabs. I could be wrong, but I think it was the Navy that had the crew cab trucks. And it doesn't have very many miles. You checked it back in this morning, AJ. What's it? 8,000 miles. 8,000 miles. So we can't validate that because, again, the government is very weird with their paperwork. So when this changed hands, it also went to Carolina, which is a no mileage documented state for classics. But when we get square body green regular cabs, they always have pre 10,000 miles. They're always really, really low miles. So this could be accurate miles. We have to sell it as a question mark, but according to what's on there, that's about right. The door panels are cool. The seats are cool. I think this is the door that, yep, you can feel here. Yeah, the rod popped off. So that needs to be fixed. But she fires up and runs. Alvin's going to wipe it down. So we'll be back on the website. There's a chance at a cheap crew cab 4x4, 3+3. Great truck. You just want to haul the kids around and go have a good time. And that's about 1/4 of the price of what, 1/3 to 1/4 of the price of what the 2.0 typical square body crew cabs go for. So that's still a fun truck. And I don't know what in the world is wrong why nobody has bought our Hilux. Let's tell Mike to make sure he puts that on the pages today. You'll also see us starting to ramp up a lot more on our social media. We're starting to get to the right pages and share to the right pages. And if you guys see something, please share it. We'd appreciate that. We don't have the 100 gazillion million followers, however many there are in this world. We have a good amount. But if you guys see one of ours on, say, a square body page or a tow truck page, if you don't mind sharing it on your page, we would really appreciate it. You might have somebody on there that we don't have following us already. And even if they just follow us, buy some merchandise. AJ said remind people about merchandise. Anything helps, guys. Keeps it going. I don't think we have any of these in stock, but we have something of Davis Water Sports. And today I didn't expect it to be this cold, so thank goodness this was in the truck I was driving. So we'll let AJ get back to little man, and I'm going to run up to the shop. All right, AJ is going to insert this in the long length video at some point here. But this is the hauler truck that you guys have fallen in love with. And I pulled it out for Brian to drive for that OBX trip we made and tow the trailer. Well, two things happened. One, he ran out of time, ended up having to work an extra day without being able to leave when we expected. So he didn't haul any of his vehicles down. But two, I told him to drive it, get it hooked up to the trailer, make sure everything was good to go. And he noticed a little antifreeze odor. Antifreeze odor on a truck like this could come from anything, from a hose to a connector to an intake gasket to a head gasket. Not a good thing when you have that smell. And if you guys are a mechanic, you know an antifreeze smell all too well. So this is an LS swap, and they did a killer job on this LS swap. I guess he drove the truck for a couple of days before he noticed that. So he brought it up to me, and I said, yeah, I do smell it too. Let's figure it out. So we pressure tested, and lo and behold, heater core did have a hole. So people are like, well, where's the heater core? Well, heater core is on the inside with these hoses running to it right here. It's on the opposite side of the fan blower and all the other air condition and heat mechanisms on the inside of the truck. So it did have a little drip coming out of it. And if you ever see antifreeze or smell antifreeze inside of your vehicle or coming from the vents, that's where it's coming from. It's behind the glove box. So I had to take all the ductwork down, pull everything down to get to that point. And while I was apart, most people have never seen this side of it. So this is where your heater core is housed. And when you flip from heat to cold, this door here opens. Sometimes you can even hear it moving, or in newer vehicles, you'll hear that open and close like poop. That's what's happening. Then you've also got this door here, which on this particular box, we're having an issue. So we're probably gonna have to replace this box because this rod goes through and it has broken loose. You can see where it's pretty wore down. So we'll be replacing that because no need putting all this back together and not fixing that problem. Also, when you're pulling those levers on the square body, this is what you're moving. You're moving these levers, this lever, this one right here, boop, boop. And you've got vacuum actuators that go to it also. Here's one more door right here that also opens and closes. So when you go to an aftermarket air conditioning system, this is completely different. A lot of this changes to electronics, your cables and rods, which do freeze up over time. We've seen these right here where they don't move anymore because they literally just froze up, rusted up, corroded up. Same way with this one here. All these things can have problems, and it is behind the dash, so it's not the easiest thing to get to. But you can see they got the hoses clamped off. Once he slides that back in, the hoses will hook up to the heater core right here. These will come through that firewall, get connected. Antifreeze smell will go away. Motor is healthy as an ox, no problems there, which we knew it wouldn't be because it's fresh. Install was great. So it is one of those things, guys, you cannot time when it's going to happen. Bad luck happens to us too. This could have been a catastrophic thing if he was on the road and it blew out completely, because it would have filled the inside of the cab with hot, very hot coolant. There's nothing you can do about it. That's just the way it's designed, and it will fail sometimes. You can't check it. You can't look at it. Things just come apart. That's all brass. So failures do happen. New or old, expensive or cheap, things just happen. But thankfully it happened before he left, because once you put the trailer behind it, it would have been more strain. Turned out just fine. Going to be fixed. Everything will be working behind the dash properly. More than likely that feature for the vent to defrost or hot to cold was probably not working exactly as it should have been in the first place. So that'll be much better. Those are the levers that you're moving. Those levers move those components behind there. So a little behind the scenes on how it works on a heating and air heating box on a square body pickup truck. Doesn't have anything to do with the LS. That's just a regular square body thing. The LS did not affect that whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. Hopefully that helps a little bit, showing you some behind the scenes on stuff that most people, even the tinkerers that do stuff at home, have typically never messed with. All right, so we're going old school, guys. No microphones. Our little microphones that you normally see me wearing have done us really well for probably last year, maybe. After we finally found them, when a big order came in across the street with maybe like 500 straps, chains, and clevises, and this little bitty box was in there, all of it came together and we lost them. So no mics, but we are over here. We've got to get a couple of vehicles for customers. One's requesting to check out what transmission's in the truck. One needs some interior photos. One just needs some pictures, period, because the truck's not online yet. We've got quite a few things to knock out. And you guys saw the little clip. I want to give one more shout out to Mickey Thompson, just for being one of the coolest freaking companies on the planet. We have always loved Mickey Thompson's. I have probably a special love affair with them because it was one of my first sets of actual real nice tires. And then I bought a set of Dick C-Pecs, and then Mickey Thompson bought them out. So, but I don't know anybody that's rode Mickey Thompson doesn't have a big love for them. But the SEMA truck just looks so cool. kind of shocked it's still here after Mickey Thompson decided it was not in their budget to add it to the fleet this year. We put it up for sale. I told AJ, I said, between the suspension lift, the options, the equipment, you can't beat the deal. It's a brand new truck, but they're still sticking around. We also got our customer's truck there cleaned up, getting ready to put it in the building before the heavy rain comes. Got a little drizzle right now, and we got to finish up a couple little punch list items on that truck before it leaves. You guys saw it yesterday and loved it because it sounds great. Also got one little funny thing to leave you with, and I'm gonna give you a chance at a little giveaway. If you're still here, do not comment, but send an email to trucks@davisautosales.com. I'm gonna shoot you out a cup, a sticker pack, and a t-shirt of your size. Summertime's here now, t-shirts work. Of course, we're in hoodies saying that, but funny little story. Just got a text from Tabitha. She said, Blakely wanted to know where she came from. Did we buy her, or did she just jump in her belly? So I guess we got to explain a little bit of that tonight, somehow, some way, to a 3-year-old. But she's always like, Daddy will buy it, Daddy will buy it, because there's not much that somebody shows me that I don't buy. We've got something cool to show y'all for the pond that I did purchase coming up soon. Well, I haven't purchased it yet. I'm obligated for it. I still got to go get it. But it's kind of a cool thing I think the families will love for the pond and using it. Might even get a little exercise. About time to get that exercise rocking for the summer. But all you got to do is email trucks@davisautosales.com and just answer, what did Blakely ask about? Thanks, guys. Love sharing little stories with y'all. Appreciate y'all coming along. We also, the blue and white square body, working with a customer in California while we're at it. And we did get in a Vanderhall Venice turbocharged little miniature rocket ship. And if the rain would ever give up, we could actually go out and have a little fun with that. But working with a guy in California that I think is going to be pretty cool if that deal goes through. He owns an accessory shop and some other things. So got a lot of cool things in the works. We're bringing y'all some more. Of course, the rain's kind of messed us up for today for a lot of outside stuff. Also got something special for the Freedom Factory car and the Freedom Factory tow truck. Some updates for that for tomorrow too. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys later.